Hey, what's going on, Card Pack? In advance, I'm going to apologize for the audio. If it's not good, I apologize. I'm not in my studio. I'm actually away visiting family right now, so I'm recording a video in their office. I'm just using the microphone on my computer, so hopefully all this goes all right audio-wise. But today we're going to be looking at the top 10 basketball cards that went down over the last week. So the 10 that went down the most that are in the market movers tool anyways, which are is pretty relevant. We're going to go over that and see if there's any buying opportunities, some selling things, and really analyze, see what's going on. Before we dive into that, I want to remind you of a couple things. The audios from these videos you can find here on the podcast. Link for that in the description. Join the Card Pack newsletter. It's free. I send out the buys, the cards I think are buys or worth taking a look at. I send them out to the Card Pack newsletter about 30 minutes to an hour before I actually publish these videos. And of course, join the Sports Card Society, where every day I send out my sports card investment pick of the day. I dive deep in the research. I find a player and a card that I think is a good investment, and I send it out in a video, and I show all the reasoning and research as to why, and I also show what I plan on doing with the card. Do I plan on short-term flipping it? Is it a long-term hold? Stuff like that. Here's some previous examples. This Kyler Murray here. We were getting it in February for around 200, 210 bucks. Here it is going for upwards of 400 in March. Chipper Jones for 70 in January, 225 in March. Kobe 180 in January, 600 in March, 175 in January for this LeBron, 645 in February. So good stuff going on there. I mean, it's only $12.99 a month. It's like 40 cents a day, or $129 a year, which makes it even cheaper. I mean, if all you do is take a few of my picks through the year, if all you did is listen, if the only thing you did is take one of my picks all year, take this LeBron, get it for 175, sell it for 645. Not only did you get your money back for the membership, but boy, you made a lot more profit, And there's a lot of picks like that. Anyways, so that's that. You also get access to a private Discord group, which I would argue is the best, one of the best for sure. Sports card investment discords in all sports card investing, because everybody in it is for real and supportive and active and intelligent. Like, they're all really in it because they pay to be there. I mean, it's not like some free forum where people just show up to spout their chumpness. So this is a real community. Very, very good. All right, let's dive into the content. The link for everything is in the description, including the Sports Card Society. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Of course, lightly tap that like button, because I super appreciate that. All right, here we are. We're in the Market Movers tool. We went to price movements by card. I pulled up basketball PSA 10 over the last 7 days. I sorted it by the biggest drops in percentage change. You can see the top two on the list here. Number one is the Giannis 2019 Prism. Pop count of only 620, down 54% on the week. I believe we looked at this card. I believe this card was on the top 10 going up recently. I'm pretty dang positive of it. So you can see right here it was at 68 bucks to start the week, and then it went down to 31 to end the week. Let's pull this one back 60 days real quick and see what it looks like. Yeah, it hasn't really, I mean, you can see the up and downness, but you see that dotted line in between. It's really just kind of not actually gone anywhere. So this is a card that I would be either holding or selling. I don't think I'd be buying it. Although, with that being said, it's so damn cheap. The Bucks are definitely going to make the playoffs. If you wanted to buy this, what I would do is I would go over to StarStock. If you're not familiar with StarStock, this is where you can buy, sell, flip cards without ever having to pay shipping or sales tax. And you can buy, but although, no, I take that back, because they only do rookie cards. What am I talking about? And 2019 is definitely not his rookie, but I'll put a link for StarStock in there anyways. You see, for instance, here's, you can get this Giannis right here. That's a cool card. Let me see it. I'm sorry, I'm deviating a bit. That's like stained glass style. I am actually going to, I'm going to take a look at that card I'm going to go investigate that card. Anyways, but StarStock, I'll put a link for it. There's a use code SportsCardConsultant for $10 free. You can deposit $10 or more. So on that card, if I'm a buy, I'd be looking to sell it around the playoffs. So, okay, I'll put a link for it in the description to go over to eBay. Let me just pull it up real quick so I remember to do that. And there we go. All right, number 2 on the list, Lonzo Ball. His 2017 Prism pop count of 2418, down 50% on the week. If you don't know what pop count means this card, how many of them exist in the grade PSA 10 in this case. There can be a pop count for a PSA 9, a pop count for a BGS 9.5, but the pop count of the PSA 10 is 2,418, so that's how many exist currently. Now this card started the week at $191. It went all the way down to $97. Let's pull it back 60 days and see what it looks like. I haven't checked because, again, I got family in town, so I'm not quite as paying attention to, say, SportsCenter as usual. Did Lonzo go to a different team? Leave a comment below. I haven't checked. Yeah, I mean, this thing, look at this. It really, so it was all this like trade going to a different team hype really pumped it up. And you got to watch for that stuff in the future. Like any kind of news is, I mean, not bad news. Like Deshaun Watson right now getting all this sex scandal stuff, that's driving his crap down. But if you remember Deshaun Watson when he was all this like pushing for a trade stuff in January, February, that drove his cards up big time. So anything having to do with changing teams, especially if the player is going to go to potentially or likely a better team, yeah, buddy, that drives up their prices. Remember that in the future. So that's why it's important to pay attention to the news. But this card, I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? Like it's had its thing. It's on its way down. The hype is dying down. So I would have sold back here for shizzle. Sorry, the inner Snoop Dogg just came out of me. Next on the list, LaMelo Ball, Lonzo's brother, 2020 Prism Draft Pick Silver, secondary photo. So that's interesting. It's like a variation, number 43. Pop count of only 101, down 40% on the week. Of course, Lonzo unfortunately broke his wrist, but it's still possible that he comes back before the season is over, right? So we'll see. This card started the week at 680. It went down to 405. Now listen, regular Prism comes out, I think it comes out next week. Today's Sunday when I'm shooting it. The 28th. I think if it didn't come out already, like if it didn't come out at the end of again, I got family in town, so I'm a little bit not as connected as usual. But either it comes out here. It either came out late last week or it comes out early this week. Actual Prism. So that really kills the prices of these things. But here we are. Geez, over the last 60 days, this card, it's been kind of neutral, and now it's kind of going down. So listen, sell that card. That's what I would do because as Prism comes out, it's just going to go down more. LaMelo's hurt. It's not something to hold on to long term. Not this one, okay? I think LaMelo's a great player. I think he's got a great future. But the draft picks, like it's not going to be this. And you'll see in a second why, because they got a Zion that we're going to look at too that's on this list. LaMelo, Prism Draft Pick Silver 2020. This is his other one, apparently. It's that secondary photo. This is the other one. I'm not even going to pull up the chart. It's going to be doing the same thing. Although, for some reason, it's going for more. I'm selling, for sure. Next on the list, here we go. Zion Prism Draft Picks. Pop count of 1550, down 30% on the week. Let's pull up the chart here. This is Zion. Right? Like this card started the week at 144, now it's down to a Hondo. Let's go back 60 days. Now this card's overall been going up over the last 60 days. That's super interesting. But can you imagine what this card, let me pull this back 365 days. Now, that's not even far enough really because this card came out way, way, way long ago. So it looks like it was that kind of I wish I could pull it back further. Because it would have really been, because Prism Draft Picks would have came out in like 2019 for Zion and Ja and stuff, but its all-time high would have been up here somewhere. But you see, like it overall it's just kind of going down over the last year, and it's gonna like, I don't know, kind of continue. Like that's not something like if I'm buying that, if it's something you want for some reason, maybe you're a Duke fan or whatever, sure, PC it all the way, but not the card I'm looking to buy as an investment. Next on the list, Trey Young, 2018 Revolution. Pop count of 270, down 29% on the week. I think Revolution, again, I think Revolution is a set to invest in. I do. Because I think that it's undervalued. Because it's a cool card. I think it's a set that more and more people are becoming aware of. And I think that it's it has more room to move up because it's market cap. Now, look, what I mean by market cap is right here. So this card started the week at 175, and now it ended the week at 132. So its current market cap would be 132 times its pop count. So 132 times 270, and look at that pop count, 270. How incredibly low is that? His prism is like damn near 9,000, which really, I mean, that's a lot compared to 270. But when you look at like Zion and Luka, their prisms are like 16,000 plus, right? But their revolutions are very low pop counts too, because revolution is a hobby only thing. So you're never going to find them in Walmart or Target or anything like that. It's just something you order directly from. Well, if you're a dealer, you get it directly from Panini for God knows what cheap price. But then you buy it from someone else, like Blowout Cards or something like that. Actually, the Revolution just got sold. Was it last week? I think it just came out last week, and it was only like $340 a box. Now I say only, but say the year before and the year before that, 340 is like a holy crap price because there's not that many cards in a box of Revolution. That's just a little education on that actual set, but the set's cool and there's cool different inserts. This is the base one, and even the base one's cool, right? Then they got variations of this card like Galactic. Ooh, Galactic's cool. I love that one. And other ones like that. But pop count 270, look. This went for 132. Let's pull it back 60 days. I like to give a little education here. So overall, it's just been going down, which doesn't surprise me. Let's compare it to the PSA 9 quick. By the way, you see, that's very cool to be able to do this here. This market movers tool that I'm using here, by far the most important thing I use in sports card investing. It is how I make money. This thing is how I make money. I wouldn't know what to do really if I didn't have this. And I'm saying that legit. So I'll put a link for this in the description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. Not only does it make me money, but it helps me avoid crap loads of mistakes and really helps me see what's going on and where my buying opportunities are. And also, looking for buy signals it's a skill that needs to be developed, but anyone can develop it. And you find these buy signals by interpreting the data. So what I did is I put together a course too called the Delta Factor, where it teaches you how I go about finding buy signals. And it's hard for me to say it real quickly, but there's a lot of things that go into it. So I put together about 3-4 hours of content, which is about 7-8 videos, and I really dive deep on how to really interpret the data and find buy signals. There's a lot of things that go into it, a lot more than I can just say right here. But anyways, you get a couple bonuses too with buying the Delta Factor. You get a free month of the Sports Card Society and 1 year access to the private Discord. So definitely check out the Delta Factor. But his PSA 9 here kind of followed, links for everything in the description, by the way. It really kind of followed the same path. For me, like for this 10, I'm probably like, what did we say the last one so far? 130, 132. Let's see. And there's not that many available. Let me sort it real quick. Because if I can find it for a decent price, like I'd probably be a buyer. Like I'm not looking to do anything quick. Lowest one's going for 185. So I wouldn't buy it at 185. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's 132 is like the floor. But there are some auctions going on. Granted, they're Probstein and PWCC. Sometimes those can go for just a little too much, in my opinion. I don't know why. There's speculation of these two running up their own auctions, but I've never really found anything that confirmed that. If you got something that confirms that, leave a comment below, leave a link or something, because I would appreciate that. I think that'd be helpful. But these auctions, I'm going to leave this up. I'll put a link for it in the description just because of these auctions, even though they're these. But if you can get it for like, I'd say 130 or less, 135 or less, I think that's a good deal. Here it is going for 200. And if we pull it back 90 days, it's going to be going for even more. Let's pull it back quick. Yeah, look, this card went for 350 in January 2nd. So it's like, is there any doubt in your mind that's probably going to get back there by the time the season rolls around next year? Nah. And if I can turn 130 into 300 plus by the end of the year, yeah, I'm going to do that. So this wouldn't be something I'm looking to quick flip, but maybe this card shoots up closer to playoffs so you can get out of it earlier and then buy it again in the off season for cheap. So another play to think about. That's why I'm going to include it in the description. Go ahead and take a look. So I'd be a buy on that one if I can find it at the right price. Next on the list, Cam Reddish 2019 Prism. Pop count of 2110, down 27.5% on the week. Cam Reddish, not someone I'm real high on, good player. Just he's on the Hawks too. He's got other people. Like Trey Young's obviously the main guy on there. This card started the week at 72, ended the week at 53. One of the reasons we look at cards going down, it's one of the more exciting ones I think I look at, because I really try to find buying opportunities, because if something's going down, some people be like, why would you buy something that's going down, man? Because they're buying up. It's about timing. And if something's going down in the right time, then it's like, yeah, I'm going to get this. So right now, it's still kind of the good time. If you're buying good players, they're going to be in the playoffs. It's a good time, because as we get closer to the playoffs, these cards go up. Not everybody's, but a lot of the right players. And again, I go over a lot of stuff like that in the Delta Factor. But this card is nothing but go down for 60 days. So I am definitely, I don't know, man. I may cut bait and just get out of this, because my guess it goes down further. Depending on where you bought it at, sometimes you just got to take the loss and put the money somewhere else and let it start going up instead of watching it keep going down, waiting for it to go up. If you want to hold Cam Reddish to the beginning of next year, it probably goes back up above where it is right now for sure. And maybe it goes up above this by the playoffs. I don't know. But it's not going to, that chart was just not inspiring. And he's not a real, I don't know, he's not a big hyped player. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, 2018 Prism Silver, pop count of 650, down 27% on the week. Let's pull up his chart here. Started the week at 157, ended the week at 113. What's up, Lonnie? Let's pull it back 60 days. I doubt I'm a buyer on this one too. Lonnie Walker's not someone. It's not someone to really buy. I buy good players, and not that he's bad. He's just he doesn't get the attention. So this was $201. Now it's 113. This was over the last 60 days. This is really going down too. I almost feel like maybe it's a little underpriced, because you see this chart, it's been going down, but it stays. It's kind of got a baseline here of about 140, and right now it's at 113. Not something. Nah, it's just not something. Would I buy, sell, or hold this? I'd probably hold it. But then I also ask myself, why did I buy this ever? Did someone give it to me for free? Then sure. Next on the list is Ion 2019 Select Concourse. This is interesting. Pop count of 1775, down 25% on the week. Interesting. So this card was up at 420. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, that's because these are his select ones, are ones that I pay a little more attention to. And his latest one sold for 300 and 330 before that. Let's pull it back 90 days. Let's take an extended look at this one. Yeah, so it got up here to 400 in early January. Then it went down to about 300 in February. And it went back up to damn near, around 400, in late February, early March. And now it's kind of been ticking down. But this right here, that was an outlier of a sale. See, that's what's going down. That's where we started the week there at 420, 400. Excuse me. I think I'm going to sneeze. Am I going to sneeze? You know what I mean when you get a sneeze that comes on and it's like there, but you're like, am I actually going to sneeze, or just going to bring me to that kind of spot? That's just what happened. Looks like I'm not sneezing. Anyways, it's on its way down. The Pelicans, they're not. Let's refresh this and see what their record is. I think they're falling further and further out of the further and further out of the now they're number 12 in the West. They got to get up here to the 10 spot to even be in the play-in, because 7 through 10 are play-in spots this year, so 7 through 10 are going to play each other to see who gets the 7 and 8 spot in the playoff. I'm not 100% how the play-in works. I think they only play a game or two to see who gets these spots. So like the Spurs would play the Warriors, Mavericks play the Grizzlies if it were today. And I think it's just 1 or 2 games. Pelicans, could they get up here? Yeah, they definitely could. It's not out of the realm at all, because they're only a game and a half back, something like that. And they could. I mean, hell, they could get. Well, that's a tough one. These are tougher ones over, but these two they can get to, especially the Warriors. Warriors got a Steph being out; it's not helpful. I think that's what's making Zion slide. But I'm gonna put this up here. Let's see what he's going for, or what he's listed at right now. I have a feeling that the ones that are going for as low as we were looking at go pretty quickly. 390. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. Where I was like 330. They've been hard to find at 300, 330, but that's where people are buying them at. So these ones are just sitting here. So if we go to the auction, see, this one's already at 340 at that time. This is at 280, 260, 337. I'm going to put a link in the description for this one. Because if you can get it for 330 or less, I feel like it's just a buy. But I wouldn't necessarily be looking to quick flip it. If it does go up decently by the playoffs somehow, which it very well could, I'd probably sell it, but then buy it back again in the off season because I really like select. Pop count's only 1775. All right, moving on. Next on the list, and the last one on the list, is LeBron James 2018 Optic. Pop count of 1294, down 25% on the week. Obviously, LeBron's still hurt. He's out indefinitely. But he'll be back. Oh, he'll be back. He's a beast. And this card was $100 to start the week. Now it's down to 75. Let's pull it back 60 days. When these LeBron cards come up, I tell you, I don't really like buying these LeBron Laker cards because they're just kind of bipolar. But right now, this might be a different story because the Lakers will definitely make the playoffs. LeBron will definitely come back. The Lakers will definitely be better. And hell, the hype of him coming back is going to drive a card like this up, and especially as we're getting closer to the playoffs. So this, I could actually buy this one. All right, let's go to eBay and check it out. So when the opportunity and the timing are right, I'll buy anything of a good player. $80 or best offer. So you can probably get it for 75 or less. That looks like the best one. These other ones I'm not paying 125. There's probably some auctions available. So I'm going to put a link in the description for this one too. Because I think if you can get it for $75 or less, I think that's a good buy. Because I think it easily gets to, $125 by the time playoffs roll around and LeBron's back. That's a decent return in literally like a month and a half. So I like that, and it's cheap. So I dig that. So that's everything. Links for everything in the description. The podcast, all the cards I thought were worth taking a look at as buys, the Card Pack newsletter, the Sports Card Society. I mean, hop in, buddy. The Delta Factor for sure. Get that course, and of course the Market Movers tool. Link in description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. Smash that subscribe button, click that bell, and lightly tap that like button. That's the video for today. It was an interesting one. It's always valuable to look at the ones going down, especially in the right time of year. And right now is a good time because if it's going down right now, I know things will typically, historically speaking, come late next month when the playoff picture becomes more certain. Because when we look at this, there's a lot of spots that you're not sure. Sure, you're pretty confident. These 6 will probably definitely be in. I mean, these 4 you're very confident will be in. Nuggets 2, you gotta feel good about these 6. But these 6 really, and that's just in the West, you're not sure of. So there's a lot of players that is just still uncertainty. As we get further and further along in the season, more certainty comes in, and people feel more compelled to place their bets on these cards. So I think now's a good time to buy some of this stuff. And honestly, I'm probably flipping a lot of it in late April, early May. So that's what I'm doing. Listen, all your decisions that you make are your decisions. I can't guarantee a damn thing. This isn't actual financial advice. These guys could get hurt tomorrow and their stuff can just plummet. I don't know. I'm a guy making a video, sharing his opinions, and I spend, every single day studying this stuff, but that doesn't mean that I'm completely flawless. I can't predict the future of everything. So your decisions are your decisions. I'm just sharing with you my opinions. All right, Card Pack, thank you again for watching. Stay classy. You're awesome. See you tomorrow.